This is a letter my mom handed to me the night before I started school. You see, years ago, my mom and her parents were immigrants in this country. This was long before she returned to her land of birth to marry and have me and my siblings. 2 months ago, we arrived in the same city my mom grew up in. She had never told us how her life as a child growing up in this part of the world was until I started reading her personal note addressed to me, which was also the night preceding my 13th birthday. Nadia, my beautiful daughter. She reminds me so much of me when I was her age, desperate, wanting to be white and thinking I wasn't good enough because of the color of my skin. It hurts me to see that my daughter is going through the same phase. Now let's go back to when I was in middle school. I was sitting alone at a lunch table, hoping someone would come sit next to me, but no one did. This was the day I realized I didn't feel like I belonged. No one came. I also remember one day I brought fufu and okra soup with some herringfish in it. When a white girl walked by, she asked, "What is that smell?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" She said, "Why are you eating that? It smells disgusting." That was the day I felt embarrassed about my food and chose to eat in the washroom instead. It was emotionally painful that I completely lost my appetite and never wanted to eat fufu ever again. Well, at least not in school. Since that day, I never took my favorite homemade cuisine to school. Instead, I asked my mom for sandwiches which I didn't even enjoy eating, but just so I wouldn't be looked as different. On top of all that, I hated wearing my traditional African clothes. I knew they would make fun of me and call me weird for wearing those dresses I thought were pretty. I wanted to blend in, so I stopped wearing them. Not long after I blended in, yet I was still being discriminated against by those I called my classmates. By this realization, I started to wonder why. Why was this happening? I had sacrificed everything I deemed dear to me to blend in, but somehow I was still different. I couldn't understand why, but now I do. It didn't matter if I stopped eating my traditional food or stopped wearing colorful clothes. I was discriminated against simply because I'm a person of color. So my dear Nadia, I don't want my daughter to repeat the same mistake. I want you to be proud of your culture and eat the food that makes you happy. As you begin life here, please don't try to change for anyone. You are enough and unique.